The Scandalous Life of Empress Messalina, Rome's most sexual empress. In the long and bloody history of the Roman Empire, many names have echoed through time, some remembered for their courage, others for their wisdom. But there was one woman whose very name made the marble halls of Rome tremble with shame. Her name was Valeria Messalina, the empress whose beauty was legendary, but whose sins were even greater. Messalina was born into one of the richest and most powerful families of Rome. Her skin was pale as milk, her eyes deep and dangerous, and her body so enchanting that even the proudest senators lowered their gaze when she walked past. At just 14 years of age, she was married off to the Emperor Claudius, a man 3 times her age, who limped when he walked and stammered when he spoke. For Messalina, this marriage was never about love. It was a doorway to power. The moment she stepped into the imperial palace, she understood the rules of Rome. Anything could be obtained, as long as one knew how to inspire fear. And so she turned her beauty into a weapon. Senators, generals, poets, even slaves, no man escaped her gaze. In the dead of night, secret doors of the palace would open, and the greatest men of Rome would slip into her chambers. By dawn, they would leave, some with honor, others as corpses, because anyone who learned Messalina's secrets did not live long enough to tell them. It is said that one night, Messalina challenged the most famous prostitute in Rome to a contest, to see who could entertain more men before sunrise. By morning, Messalina had won. The Roman historian Pliny recorded this tale, and for centuries it echoed through the streets of Rome. But Messalina felt no shame. She felt pride. Her hunger was not only of the flesh, it was political. Any senator who refused to bow to her will was accused of treason, and his head would roll before sunset. Emperor Claudius was blind in his devotion, or perhaps he chose to keep his eyes closed. Under Messalina's shadow, the palace became a place where conspiracy, poison, and passion danced together in the same torchlight. But pride always ends in ruin. Messalina committed a sin no empress before her had ever dared. She fell in love with a handsome senator named Gaius, and while the emperor still lived, in his very own palace, she married her lover in a public ceremony. This was no longer betrayal. This was a declaration of war against the throne itself. When the news finally reached Claudius, his heart shattered. His most trusted advisor, Narcissus, knew that if Messalina lived another day, Rome itself would fall. Soldiers were dispatched. Messalina was found hiding in the gardens of Lucullus, a dagger trembling in her hand. She tried to take her own life, but courage failed her. In the end, a Roman soldier raised his sword and severed the head of the most beautiful, most dangerous empress Rome had ever known. When the news of her death was carried to Claudius, he was drinking wine. He did not weep. He did not flinch. He simply lifted his cup and said, "Bring me more wine." As if Messalina had never existed at all. Even today, when the wind whispers through the ancient ruins of Rome, some say you can hear the soft voice of a woman, an empress who tried to drink power, beauty, and desire from the same golden cup and drowned in it. This was the story of Empress Messalina, the Empress of Rome, a name still spoken with both shame and wonder, even after 2,000 years.